So hey guys, I'm back with another video. So tonight's video is yet again another Chioma Chats video on camera edition. We're gonna be doing a compilation video tonight and we're gonna talk about a whole bunch of different topics. Now let me just say a few announcements. Number one, I'm gonna be in Toronto, looking at my calendar, today is, okay. I'm gonna be in Toronto in 2 weeks from today, 2 weeks from yesterday actually. So the 27th of June. And I'm looking for a party bus rental company for my youth group. The youth group is really like 21 plus. Most of us are 21 plus, but I've been getting a few different quotes and honestly a lot of them are unreasonable. So to all of my Toronto, Canada subscribers, if you know of a party bus company that can hold up to about 30 people and definitely just, you know, take us out on the town, we really only need it for 1 hour because we're going to the club and then we're gonna find our way back. But please let me know, reach out to me, drop it down below, the Instagrams, phone numbers, emails, whatever, because we do need to get this together. We're still trying to decide on mild afro or Toop Lounge for that Friday night, so let me know y'all's opinions. I know I did put up a poll and you guys definitely said Toop Lounge, and I looked into their sections, it's reasonable and stuff, and we're all putting in. So I just want to know what is the best thing to do Afro beats wise on a Friday night. But you can also give me suggestions for Saturday night too, because we're gonna go out as well. So there's that. The other thing is I am dropping a video. If it's not tomorrow, it'll be the next day, and if it's not the next day, it's the next day, on all of the topics that have been going crazy right now. The Tyler controversy, Nicki Minaj controversy, Krishan Rock going to jail, and much more. That video was like a long video because I did my makeup, but I also talked a lot. So I'm not gonna cover that today, but I know y'all are waiting. It's coming, and I'm trying not to be late with anything, so I'll definitely have that for you guys. So we have a few topics on tonight's docket, so without further ado, let's get right into this video. So our first topic tonight talks about Ekane, who is an influencer on TikTok and Instagram. Apparently she's known for her trials and tribulations with her baby daddy named Chris, as well as doing wig installations, reviews, hairstyling of that nature. I think she's just overall an internet personality, and she kind of grew from that on TikTok, and now we have Ekane. I'm gonna be 1000% real. I did not know who Shorty was until about 30 minutes ago. I heard the name, I've seen the name, but I never knew who she was or tuned into her content or anything like that. So my sister sends me this video of her literally going off on dark-skinned women. I'm not even sure who this is directed to. I'm pretty sure y'all are gonna let me know, but it is so egregious and so disrespectful. Like, this is a literal drag and bash, and you can just see and hear the hatred in her whole entire demeanor for this specific dark-skinned girl. Unfortunately, she's a colorist, okay? That's it, that's all. She needs to be canceled immediately. This video is actually very disgusting, and I think it just goes to show that colorism is alive and well. But let's check out this video. Trigger warning, it is that bad.
That's why you won't never make it nowhere, sister. On top of that, I hate to break it to you. Let me not be insecure to you, sister. Let me not try to break it down to you. But have you understand I'm a light-skinned woman?
Let's stop right there. Do you not understand that I'm a light-skinned woman is crazy? Because what does that mean per se? This is my problem with a lot of like the Black community, whether you're here in the States or abroad anywhere else. All of this focus on the shade of someone's skin really doesn't matter about the character that's within you. And people put a lot of emphasis on what you look like. And I get it. We are visible creatures. We see things, we hear things, and those things have some type of historical tie to being better or worse, even though that's an outdated mindset, but it still is alive and well. But like I said, it gets worse, so let's listen in.
So I benefit from colorism. You're a dark-skinned woman, sister. You can never make it to the heights I make it from. Oh, can we clock that one, or is it gonna hurt y'all feelings because it's me saying it? Can we be real for once and let's clock everything? Because I'm a light-skinned woman and I say the same shit you say. You're not going to make it to the heights I make it, bitch, because you can't fuck with me. You're a dark-skinned woman. I want you to understand that.
And again, let's stop. So what she's saying is that she's a light-skinned woman. The other girl, whoever she's coming for, can't make it to the heights that she's making. She's just making this be known that she has a privilege that someone else doesn't, as if she's still not a Black girl at the end of the day, that is not coming off as this feminine or super approachable, friendly, dainty, if you will. Those synonyms are not attached to her name, especially based off this video. And again, I've never tuned into her content. This is my first time seeing her, so this is a very bad first impression for me. Let's finish out.
Don't come in my comments saying anything to me, ho, cause I was supporting you because you was a Black bum bitch like me. You was a Black bum like me, just getting on TikTok just for the love of the game because I wanted to make a way for my kids. But now I see you just a Black bum that hate on hoes. See, one thing about me, when I was trying to make a way for my kids and get out the hood, I didn't get in nobody live trying to down talk them, trying to be funny. See, I was actually making videos trying to get out the hood, and you see what I made.
Okay, that was a lot. Very disrespectful, obviously very hurtful. I cannot believe the hatred that she would have towards one person, especially another woman that's black, especially another woman that's black and also has a shade that she is aware has a social context that does not give her the privileges that she has. She's aware of that. She addressed that. She acknowledged that. And you're still making the comments. There's nothing anybody could ever comment on my platform that would allow me or make me want to respond this way, which is why this is very egregious and disgusting. I do think that there is a sector of lighter skinned women, especially in the black community, that have been told, I mean, not even told, but kind of prepped and kind of raised to be better than, meaning they've been told that their skin color, their hair texture, their privilege, their proximity to whiteness makes them exceed other people for that said reason. Not because of their character, not because of their work ethic, not because of anything that they bring to the table other than what they look like. And I feel like in a girl's world, like in women's world, where our looks kind of are more prioritized than they are for men, there's a lot of women that operate this way. You have to be very careful befriending them or at least letting what they say affect you. It was never that deep, Ekane, and that was very disgusting to hear. I think it's so crazy that now she's trying to also play the, yes, I'm better than you because I'm light skinned, but also the, I made it out, I'm doing better, I have more money, I did this for the sake of my kids. So essentially you are down talking someone who you're doing better than. And that's the problem with influencers and celebrities and social media figures today. A lot of people get an opportunity to feed their family or make more money or just have, you know, expendable cash on the side, and now they really feel like they're better than. One thing that my friends have told me, and I don't have that many friends, but the friends that I do have that knew me before and after my channel blew up or me becoming this influencer per se, have told me that Chioma has remained exactly the same. I don't look down on nobody, I don't talk down on nobody, and even in the times that maybe I've been petty or catty, and I did, because let's be real, I'm human, I don't do this and that's not what I lead with. And on top of that, I will never sit up here and post this live knowing that I have a brand at stake. So how hypocritical is it for you to say all of these things and saying that you're better than, but now you just risk your whole entire brand because you down talk somebody, especially with the underlying tone of colorism, thinking that you'll have the same supporters now that you've said that. I mean, it's just honestly stupid. Like, this girl is dumb. And then to make matters worse, you're on here barefaced, yuck mouth, no wig on, not that you need a wig, but your hair is not really done. You're not in a presentable fashion where she should feel like she can talk down on somebody. You look like a regular girl on the street. And maybe that's her whole claim to fame, that she was an average girl and then she bossed up, glowed up, and now she is who she is. And we love a rags to riches story, but you can't go from rag to riches and then acting like a bitch. I don't cuss that much on YouTube anymore. I just think that this whole entire spiel was very nasty, and I hope that she loses all of her content and all of her followers. Like, honestly, you can't go that hard. It's been a while that we've seen somebody go this hard on colorism and this blatant. I mean, it's out there. The whole live stream for at least a minute, if not more, she's just going in on somebody because of their skin color and because she feels like she's better than them. To say that somebody doesn't have the privilege that you have, like, we know. That's why we've been sitting here advocating and challenging all of these traditional mindsets so that people can understand that that mindset isn't okay. But she's sitting here perpetuating it and letting it be known that she acknowledges it and she uses it. We gotta stop putting all of these people on a pedestal. Like, there's a lot of people with platforms that don't deserve the platforms that they have. And maybe who am I to say that somebody deserves or doesn't deserve? But at the very least, there's a lot of people on social media that they're just not good people, but they're sitting here acquiring money, riches, brand deals, followers, and a way to make it out for them and their children. Whole time though, they're not good people. Let me just go through her page, because honestly, I don't know Shorty, and this was like my first time actually tuning into her. So I'm kind of like curious to just see, like, what does she post about? What does she do? Why is she even famous? And that's the thing, a lot of these people that end up being big stars or on social media or whatever, the reason why they get that big is because people find relatability. So back when you were in your 2-bedroom shack somewhere in the middle of the hood and you so-called made it out, people related to that version of you. People saw you working hard. People see you grinding. People were entertained by you. And that's why they gravitated towards you to push you up. And now you're putting down those same people. Like, let me look at this TikTok, because this is crazy. 4 million followers on TikTok. 4 million followers with over 300 million likes. Nah. No. And she gets at least 1 million views on everything that she posts. So it's like, this is a big influencer. Let me just see what's most popular.
Okay, let me address this because all the new bitches is confused. OGs, check in. You bitches already know this story. If you new here, sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up, because you bitches, yeah.
I'm gonna stop right there. I'm stopping right there. Not my cup of tea. See, the thing is, I'm not following anybody that is so quick to call me or a viewer or maybe even someone that's a bypasser all these B's and mother effers and all. I don't even want to hear all of that. Like, to be honest, that's not my cup of tea. I just find the whole thing nasty. I don't even have much to say. I've talked about colorism so much on this channel. You guys know how I was going to feel. But I hope that even me talking about this shows people that the reason why we consistently talk about colorism and we advocate for people to change their mindset and we just talk about the struggles or just the experience of being someone who isn't light-skinned, how much that does affect us, because colorism is ingrained. This is not something that just happens, it's ingrained. Somebody started it, somebody exercised it, and now it's alive and well, and it has yet to be burned to the ground. And the thing is, she's gonna get dragged, she's gonna lose followers, but she's still gonna remain because she's so big. And I'm gonna assume that a lot of her fan base are probably teenagers or just young people who don't see a problem with this, or they're gonna say that they can never make me hate you because that's the new one, and she's gonna remain. And it's gonna be so disgusting because now she's spewing out this rhetoric where she has a lot of young viewers who are probably dark-skinned girls, and that's how she feels, and they've been supporting her and following her. I just can't with this anymore. I hate the fact that colorism is still this potent, and we have so many examples of this, but then darker skinned women are the ones that are called crybabies or colorist crybabies about speaking about it as if it's not alive and well with obvious examples. A few of y'all that watch me, shout out to you guys, love my subscribers, sent me a link to a video of some creator here on YouTube. They used my picture and a thumbnail for their video to talk about how I'm a colorism crybaby, as if colorism is the only thing I talk about on this channel. Every so often it comes up, I talk about it, and basically said that I'm either jealous or all I do is talk about colorism, or I speak down on lighter skinned women because I'm jealous. I'm not jealous of anybody that's lighter than me. I think I am a beautiful girl. I love my skin tone. I love being brown skinned. I love being African. I love having this look. I love looking Afrocentric. All of that is very true for me. Like, let me just say that now. So make sure the next time you talk about me in your video, use this clip, okay? Because now it's gonna be, oh, look at her energy. You could tell she's not genuine. You could tell she's mad. No, babe. You're mad. That's why you took my video, which was something that was accurate and a lot of different creators were talking about their experience, and you tried to dumb it down to then say, oh, this girl is just mad or jealous, when in reality there's truly a real issue. Like, let's be real. I didn't watch the video. I skimmed through it just to see what parts mentioned me, not even like skimmed through it and watched it. I just wanted to see where my face popped up, and the girl kept using my picture. I'm like, there's so many other women on YouTube that talk about colorism, but you're using me? And somebody in the comments had the nerve to say that I look like a purge mask. Now tell me what is really jealousy. Crazy. Ekane canceled. I'm glad I never tuned into her. Her real thoughts were exposed, and we're just going to see what happens with her. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is Baddies. Now, Baddies is on their 5th season, and I predicted in the previous video that Baddies has up until this season where people are going to say like, no, we're not tuning into this like that. I'm pretty sure their numbers and viewership is still growing. I'm pretty sure. However, I just kind of feel like what Baddies was supposed to be definitely did not end up what it is. And a lot of people are just tired of, okay, all of y'all coming on here to do is box. And y'all not even boxing for real. These are like real street girl fights. Nobody's tucking their chin. Nobody's catching punches and then throwing hooks. Like, nobody's doing anything. There's a few girls in there that can fight, to Sexy, and I think Tinka, she from Philly. But other than that, no. However, I just finally caught up on Baddies as of yesterday. I know it's been out for a month. Y'all know I'm always late, but I really was like, I don't even want to watch it like that. On top of that, I really forgot about it. I don't know if the promotion just wasn't as much, or maybe there's just too much oversharing, like too much content, because the last season had just ended with the reunion and stuff, and then here it is like a few months later, and now they're dropping the next season. They are not giving us enough time to miss the baddies, and I feel like it's a lot of overkill going on. That notwithstanding, I caught up, and there's a cast member on there. Her name is Big Gretch. Now, Gretch apparently, according to her, has Puerto Rican or has some type of Latina in her, and I don't know if that's through her parents. I don't know if that's through her grandparents. Sometimes I'm with the community where we have to highlight this and we have to talk about this, hence me talking about colorism. A lot of these people are actually trying to trigger people, and they know exactly what they're doing. So she got on Baddies, and she decided to use the N-word when she got into an argument. I did watch another content creator's video here on YouTube, and apparently behind the scenes, Meatball, who's also from Philly, they really Phillied it up this season. All right, shout out to the whole Philly. Hope y'all watching me. I'm actually going to Philly tomorrow. I'm gonna be there for the weekend. I don't remember the last time I was in Philly, but I'll be there tomorrow, the whole weekend. But anyway, she gets into it with Meatball. Apparently this wasn't on camera, this was behind the scenes. And then when she comes into the house, there's an issue, and then she's going back and forth. Now she says, you know, the N-word per se. She says naker, okay, but she doesn't say naker, she actually says naka. And then Jayla, who's also on the cast, who was on Bad Girls Club season 14, I believe, and then also she was on Baddies South, which was like 2 seasons ago, is offended. Now, honestly, I like Jayla on Bad Girls Club, but Jayla on Baddies is a completely different Jayla. That's a whole different story, but honestly, I feel like Jayla's trying to do too much for the cameras. She's not the girl that I thought she was. All this time, I'm thinking Jayla is like this somewhat sophisticated Southern belle who has her own brand in fashion and all that stuff. Come to find out, she's a ratchet just like the rest. Who would have known? But anyway, Jayla feels offended by this, so now she's going back and forth saying that she can't say that she's white. But Big Gretch is saying, no, I'm not white, I'm Latina, or I have Puerto Rican in me or whatever. So obviously this happened a while ago because the show was shot maybe not even a while ago, because like I said, it'd be fast. So this becomes a storyline. People are commenting towards Jayla. She finds Big Gretchen's mugshot, and in her mugshot it says white. And she says, well, I told you so, the girl's white. However, I feel like there is a difference between a white Latina or Latino as well as a black Latina or a Latino. But clearly Big Gretchen is not a black Latina, so that's just the case, so she feels like she can't say it. But Big Gretchen is also like, well, where I'm from, we just all say it. There's a lot of communities, and I feel like they're mainly on the East Coast, like in New York, Jersey, and maybe down in Texas too. And honestly, I think in Cali as well, where the Latin community does use the N-word, and that's just how it is there. So they're telling her, well, just don't say it because somebody doesn't want you to say it. And she's like, I could say whatever I want. Honestly, I don't think the girl should say it. She does not look phenotypically black. She doesn't seem like she comes from any blackness. And I know people are like, well, everybody has some type of blackness in their roots if you're Latino or blah, 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 blah. I get it. However, if it's customary for her to use it and that's what she says, I feel like all they had to do was box, let it be known, hey, I don't like it. And Jayla says, I'm gonna beat you every single time you say it. And Gretchen says, I'm not gonna back down. I just think Baddies right now is just like, I don't know, like my boyfriend and I were watching it yesterday and I'm like, I cannot. We just sitting here like, what are we watching? Like there's better shows out. Well, not really, there was a writer's strike, but hopefully our shows are coming back. I just don't think the girl should be saying it. I didn't necessarily take offense because at the end of the day, I get what she's saying by saying where I'm from, we say it a lot, and I am a Latina, and I've been around Latino women that use the word, but I just feel like the word should not be used by anyone that does not have black or African descent, period. I will say though, there's a lot of other cast members that are biracial, or maybe they're more phenotypically white, and I've heard them say the word as well, like Slim from Baddies South, as well as Scotty, who is obviously biracial, and even Natalie. I mean, I know Natalie's dad is black, but her mother was giving white woman, so I don't know. I feel like they're also picking and choosing who can say the word and who can't. It seemed like Jayla was just picking with her. If I was Jayla, I would have pulled her aside and said, you just said the N-word, I don't like that, and then maybe they could duke it out. But at this point, it's just like, are y'all about to make this a storyline for this girl? Because she says she's gonna keep saying it, and I don't know what else to tell y'all. She was dumb for getting in her confessional and saying, oh, well, I only say it when I'm mad, because now it looks like you're using it as a slur, and it's contradictory to the fact that you said you use it all the time, but now it's, oh, I only use it when I'm mad. These girls are just trash. I don't know why this is called Baddies at this point. It needs to be called Trashies, because these girls really aren't bad. They're bringing in girls that don't even look that good. And I don't even want to be that girl to say like, oh, well, I'm judging somebody for their looks. It's called Baddies though. Where are the baddies at? I think what really needs to happen is black people need to decide when they're going to stand on business about the N-word. When you pick and choose who can say it, your argument to challenge it becomes less effective. And that's all I saw here. Now, our next story is about Sexy Red. Sexy Red is so polarizing to me. And although I see why she's liked because she's so relatable to some people, definitely not me, I do see the other side of her being problematic. So she gets into a brawl, like a full-blown brawl, beat down, Royal Rumble, WWE brawl with her and a whole bunch of people at an airport. And honestly, it was just giving ratchet and ghetto. I was just like, this is so typical. But the fact of the matter is, her brand already calls for this. So I don't think people are like, oh my God, I'm shocked. I think people are just like, oh, okay, Sexy Red fighting. She talks about fighting. She talks about ratchet stuff. She talks about ghetto stuff. It's very on brand for her. But I think the problem is Sexy Red does not realize how much of a presence that she has and how influential she is. Honestly, she needs to be on Baddies, if anything. I could see Sexy Red on Baddies if she wasn't Sexy Red. You know what I'm saying? The fighting when you're a superstar and you're as big as you are, I don't even care what happened. There's no reason for you to get into a brawl. I feel like there's celebrities that try to remain who they are regardless of their circumstance. And I get it. Maintain who you were before and after the fame. But at some point, you have to realize that you can't just go around beating people, getting getting into brawls, fighting people, and think that it's comical and entertainment when you actually have something to lose. Because now you're on the no-fly list, so it's no fly for you. I remember I saw a comment about this and someone was like, oh, it's okay, she can just call up one of her rich friends to do a private jet. If she really had private jet money or private jet connections, she would not be fighting at the airport. So let's keep it a stack. I think a lot of people believe that celebrities are bigger or richer than what they are. And I'm not saying that she can't afford a private jet, but there's a reason that she was flying on a regular airline just like the rest of us. I thought the whole thing was very ghetto. I didn't like seeing it. And I just feel like I want to say that she's better than that, but just based off of her social media, based off of her music, based off of her brand presence, she probably isn't better than that. And that's why she ended up in that situation. Now, the last thing I wanted to talk about is rapper 50 Cent dismissing sexual assault. This to me was very important to discuss because I feel like a lot of times when men are sexually assaulted, there's this argument where if a man would have did this, it would have been worse. Or if a man would have said this to a woman, it would have been worse. And that there's men that are real victims. And we know that. I think almost everyone kind of knows a man that's been a victim of sexual assault or just assault by a woman, but it doesn't get talked about a lot because this is the era of Me Too, and women are just way more susceptible to that type of abuse and that type of assault. However, the flip side of men being the victims of sexual assault are other men either making fun of it or downplaying it. And that's what 50 Cent did. So just reading what he said, he commented on the whole thing with the sexual assault, and he posted to his Instagram saying, wait, sexual assault? From a male perspective, this was an aggressive advance. LOL. He's fine. No charges are being pressed. And then he hits us with the emoji like shoulder shrug. I'm so tired of this type of approach to sexual assault. You cannot downplay sexual assault no matter what it is. And that's the problem. The context that women see it and the context that men see it are completely different sometimes. There are real male victims, and what 50 Cent just did was basically say if a woman attacks a man in a sexual manner, and if it is unwanted or unwarranted, that it's just an aggressive advance, or it's just nothing at that. And he tried to say, okay, no charges are being pressed, and I get that aspect. If he didn't want to press charges, he doesn't have to. But the fact of the matter is he was sexually assaulted. Your genitals cannot be groped and then you consider it as just nothing because clearly something happened. Michael Rainey Jr. was clearly uncomfortable. He clearly did not want that advance. He was pushing the girl off, and he also did the common laugh where you tried to laugh to kind of say I'm uncomfortable. We saw that in the video. And the girl, they have yet to reveal her identity. They just said Ty Lil's little sister, who was the streamer who was live when this whole thing happened. They just keep referring to her as his sister. We don't know her Instagram. We don't know her name or anything like that. And he was clearly sexually assaulted, and I don't feel like it's anything to play about or downplay at that. So for 50 Cent to put that message out there, I feel like that's a misuse of his platform because all it shows is that there are going to be men who have gone through sexual assault or other different things, and they're going to feel like they can't speak because there are men who believe that anything that is sexual assault shouldn't be viewed that way, and that's very scary. There are men out there who are real deal victims that deserve the support, who are affected by that. And let's wake this up. There's a lot of men who are sexual assault victims from other men, but they're too ashamed to talk about it because a lot of men such as 50 Cent will either call them gay or question their manhood or make them feel as though it really wasn't what exactly it was. The last thing I want to touch on in regards to this is that I hate the fact that there are a community of men who, when things like this happen, they say, oh, well, if a man would have did this, the response would have been this, and blah, 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 blah. I saw so many women taking up for Michael Rainey Jr. in this situation, not just on Instagram, but even in my comment section in the video that I did. So it's not that women don't take up for men. A lot of women are always on the front line advocating for Black causes, including Black men, whether it's Black Lives Matter, which is over there, whether it's mental health, whether it's anything dealing with both Black women and Black men, but oftentimes Black men, Black women do advocate. So I do see why some people push the whole idea of burning the cape. I'm not going to sit here and tell you to burn the cape on defending sexual assault. Don't do that. Whether it's a man or a woman, stand up for sexual assault if that's what you want to do. But I do think there are sectors of men, and in this case 50 Cent, who like to downplay things that are very serious and act as if it's no big deal because I guess it's never happened to them, so they don't see it as that. That's a very poor mindset to have, and shame on 50 Cent for even putting that rhetoric out there. He needs to see that at the end of the day, you could just say, okay, charges won't be pressed, you know, we're going to talk about this, we're going to figure out a way to deal with this, but don't just say, nah, to most men, this is not sexual assault, this is just an aggressive advance. It may have been an aggressive advance, but it was also with the duality of sexual assault. That's exactly what I saw, and that's exactly what people called out. The girl who did that should be ashamed of herself. I wish they would reveal her identity, but I guess so be it. And I do think that for Michael Rainey Jr., it was was an uncomfortable situation, and it did show that there is a flip side to sexual assault where men are also affected as well. So that is it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please let me know your commentary on my commentary down below. Please, I asked about the party buses. For those of y'all that's in Toronto, please let me know. Don't forget, drop it down below. And I am going to be in Philly this weekend, so I hope to have fun. I'm trying to vlog more, so I vlogged my last trip to Atlanta a week ago, so I'm going to try to vlog this trip as well because I'm going to be with a lot of family. So stay tuned. I know I've been talking about my vlog channel, but it is coming out, okay? Because I have been vlogging. I have proof, okay? Bear with me. Also, don't forget to stream my music. It is out on all streaming platforms. We do have some Amapiano and Afrobeats coming, so I know y'all have been waiting. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming, okay? I gotta wait, but it's coming. I get in the studio next week. So excited. And lastly, don't forget to follow me on all of my social media networks, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.
The bathroom, rain, I'm on them all, but this is not Seattle. 4-minute song full of bars, no hassle. Already through the throne, and I'm living in a castle. Quick going outside with bonnets and pajamas. Bodyguard making give me space like NASA. Blue check niggas be corny like Nebraska. I never chase a nigga cause I really got asthma. It's commendable, was a ceremony, but now it's a festival. New money now, so you gotta move a decimal. Presidential suite, and it's looking all congressional. I'm so delectable, pull your queen card, cause mine is a collectible. Better mind your business and stay off my genitals. Probably make them high, cause my body's like an edible. Wait, let me stop.